Hello, my name is Miguel Latronica, and I'm here to present one of YogaBent's most exciting products called the Body Inverter. The Body Inverter, as you can see right in front of me, it is revolutionary. There is nothing like it of its kind. For those of you into the yoga world, looking to really learn how to work with arm balances and inversions, back bends, all kinds of different things that you can do with this patented product. Now, you'll see, as I turn this to you, you'll see almost a front view of it when I twist it. See, there's a cam here which adjusts these shoulder pads. It can be used for the shoulders and the arms. And there are two of them, one on each side, which I'll show you how to use in a moment. Then you'll also notice that there is a couple of straps which are connected to this chair-like device. And it's built in such a way that when your body goes to invert itself, it works from the fulcrum. I'll show you in a minute. And then, of course, you'll also notice that there's this lateral strap here, and that's for your feet so that you won't fall to the forwards or backwards. This whole thing is adjustable to work with people because we all vary in height in relationship to where the hip is to the floor, okay? All kinds of different things. For right now, I'm showing you a side view, and it's being held up nice and easy, and everything is in place for me to illustrate. So, what I'm going to do is show you from a side view. I'm going to come into the Body Inverter, and you can see I can do whatever I want. I can rock with this. Why, I can even take my feet and put my feet inside this and hang out and read. It's a very fun kind of a product and very effective for working with yoga, inversions, elongating the spine. So I'm having fun. I'm going to now show you a couple of things. Well, before I even show you the inversion, what I'd like to show you is I work myself into the unit. And what's really nice is I open up and I can go into these nice, beautiful, supported anti-gravity back bends. Now I can stop myself, nice and easy in place. And again, if I'm going to work certain parts of my spine, I lift up out of it and I pull this further down and then I lean back so I can adjust which part of my spine I would like to open up, and that's the pose. I can take my feet back, work these down like this, and work into these beautiful supported Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel poses, just like that, right? So I can pull myself up very gently. Again, I'm in a nice position, and that's that. Now, having said that, I'm going to take both of the units out of the legs, and I'm going to show you now how I would go into an inverted pose. So again, everything is adjustable. There's a whole manual and video on how you would learn exactly where to put these two shoulder or leg pads on different parts of your body. This is adjusted just right for me. So you'll notice from that view, I take one arm through, as if you were to put it through a sleeve of your shirt. And then the other arm comes through as well. Now you'll notice I can actually start to lean back, and the chair is built in such a way that as I lean back, it still holds me into place. You can see my shoulders are positioned very nicely, and then there's two handles. Now this whole unit, this is a prototype, but this whole unit here is color-coded. So you would just look for your blue handles, and depending on your arm length, there's all of these different loops. And you'll notice what I do is I bring my legs up. So I'm supported, I've got my hands in here, my shoulders are in place, and then once I feel ready, my head hangs back, and I trust my unit, I'm going to use my arm strength to pull my body straight. So Mary is going to view in on me, and you'll see, it'll happen quite quickly, but as long as I'm holding on to my straps, I'll get myself into position and my shoulder blades will be working down. So here goes. 1, 2, and 3. You see? I'm holding on. Now maybe Mary will view in on my feet. My feet actually hit the lateral bar, and that holds me into position. Then I can let go, so you see my arms are free. I can walk one foot back and then the other. On top, my hands come to the floor. I take the pressure off the shoulders from the path, and look, my arms are straight up, I'm hanging, I can really just feel this beautiful inversion without worrying about having to strain my arms and my body or falling out of the pose. Then you'll notice I'm nice and still. Now I can just rock myself back and forth, and it's a lot of fun to play and experiment. But the beauty is that when you're ready to actually go into a handstand, you get yourself nice and still. You'll see my hands, my arms are a little bent when I'm into the pose. And watch this. Again, on the count of 3, I'm going to straighten myself up and watch how the unit works. 1, 2, and 3. I've lifted myself up. Now, watch this. In a normal arm stand, we spend sometimes 20 years trying to perfect it. Well, let's pretend I was going to fall backwards. Oh, see? It catches me. Let's pretend I was going to fall forward. Up. I've got that bar. So you see, you can position your body. You'll notice here, I'm working up and down with my arms. So with arm balances, you'll pull the shoulder blades back. It's like you're holding the world up on your arms upside down. And you can really focus. You see this? I focus, I try to work into this. Nothing supported me. And you'll notice now when I release my arms, you'll notice that the shoulder pads will now become engaged. So I let myself down. 1, 2, 3. Do you see? And I take my arms off. All the space here. Very beautiful. I can hang out here into a headstand. I can even lower the unit so that my head and arms are on the floor, but yet I'm still supported. Right? Beautiful. And then watch how easy it is to come out of this pose. Well, maybe before I do it, I'll show you one other thing. You can actually take your legs out, so now they won't fall behind you. But watch this. Let's say here you want to practice without the bar in front, and you'll do that. And if you fall out, that's it. It's so simple. Everything is so simple. You can hang out here and relax. And this unit here, you come out and already, my endorphins, I feel so elated. It's the most beautiful, brilliant, what I personally would call a revolutionary product of the century. So, Mighty Body Band, I'd like to show you one other thing about the units. I'm going to come up. I want to lower the shoulders a little bit so that way I can come into a headstand. So I'm going to lower it. And you know, there's a booklet that comes with this, but ideally, these are all marked. They have different markings on them, so you know that if you put both of the yellow marks on this webbing and it's right beneath this cam, then you know they're both equidistant from the floor. When I go back, it may or may not be adjusted to the right length for a come in. I go upside down. I notice here, you see, I come in, and maybe I take my arms, and that's it. So here, my head is still about an inch or 2 above the floor. Well, because I want to come into a headstand, I'd like my head to be on the floor, but without worrying about compressing the neck. So I'm going to judge, you see, about 2 inches. So I put my hands on the floor, I lower my knees, and I come on out. Very simple. Come all the way out of the unit, lift myself up, and then I come and I look at my marks. They're all an inch and a half, an inch away from each other. So I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to take out 2 inches of slack, like there, and 2 inches here. And I look, and I notice that if one of them is just a little longer than the other, I've got a right distance. All right, so I'm going to sit in the body inverter, and I'm going to attempt it again with the refinements in place. I pull this up, I take my 2 shoulder pads, feed my arms through it like a sleeve on a shirt, I hold it in place, and I come back. Now, you'll notice my head is exactly on the floor. It's on the floor touching it, but look, I can move it around so easily. Mary will view in, you'll see, it's on it, but it rubs right up against it. Well, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So I take my shoulders, I lift myself up, and this is how I perfect my headstand, just like this. You fall back, you've got the bar across, and then the same thing. I stay here as long as I want. Good. And what's really nice is the same thing. When you're ready to come on out, you can just take your legs out and fall right out of position. And I'd like to show you one other safety mechanism that works very beautiful with this unit. So I'm going to come on up, and then I'm going to take some of the slack out of the unit and go back into the, right about here, go back into the inversion. So I sit into the unit, take my arms back, pull this up, get it into place, and again. Now you'll notice I can bounce in this. This thing isn't going anywhere. It will hold up to 250 pounds. So I come back nice and easy. Notice I'm just speeding my way down into the pose. I take my two handles, I find the appropriate loops, and then again, I'll do the 1, 2, and 3. Hold myself in, right? Now, let's just say I wasn't using, I wanted to learn a little bit more. I wanted to take away this. If Mary's looking on top, you see my heels up against that blue lateral bar. Well, I want to take it a little bit further. I want to actually have nothing here, you see? And then let's just say I'm in the pose like this, right? And it doesn't matter which one it is. It could be another dip, it could be another headstand. You could actually push yourself up all the way like this and try to perfect it that way. But let's say that I'm going to try to fall pose. Like, I don't mean to fall, but I'm going to. So I'm in it, nice and easy. And then all of a sudden, oops, I fall. It holds me right in place, you see? So the unit of the body inverter is built in such a way that even if you inadvertently fall back, this is a netting inside the seat of this. It's a safety net. So when you fall back, you never have to worry about injuring yourself. And there's also a ton of other different things. This unit, it converts and turns, and then you would come forward like this. It would hold you into place, and you could work into all these other beautiful poses as well. You can come into these nice child poses. You could walk yourself forward and come into these beautiful down dogs, getting this nice traction into these beautiful twists, right? Very, very nice therapeutic unit that has multiple and multiple uses. Yes? Grab it, come on out, and Miguel Latronica, the Body Inverter, the world's greatest product and gift to yoga. Thank you.